Okay, so this week we move to the inequality. Did you guys learn equality in your earlier pre-algebra? Max, did you guys learn it before? Inequality.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, good. Inequality, actually, what is inequality? Before we learn equality, we learn equality, right? Equality means something A equal B. This is equality. So first left part equal right part. There's two parts called equality, right? A equal B, left part equal right part. So they exactly the same. All right. So if we move to say left part is not equal right part, this is inequality. They are not equal. You say earlier equal, right now it became not equal. They are not equal, have many possibilities, right? They say A greater than B. They may have A less than B, right? Maybe A have greater or equal than B. Let me write here, greater equal than B. Or maybe A less than or equal than B. They have at least 5 different kinds of inequality. Right? They have different kinds of description here. They have possibly, okay, A doesn't equal B. They have okay, A greater than B. Or maybe A greater or equal than B. A less than B. And A less than and equal than B. In these 5 different kinds of equation. Okay, all right. So when we do the transformation, in the equal part, we say A equal than B, right? When both sides plus a number, this equation doesn't change. They still equal each other. And then minus, when it's minus the same number, this equation doesn't change. All right, the same thing here. When you say the both sides plus a number, the same number, they are still not equal each other. They plus the same number, they still not equal each other, right? When the A greater than B, both sides plus the same number, they're still greater than the right part. When A less than B, both sides plus the same number, is still less than. This may be, and I will give more examples to explain this. All right. So both sides, if they are minus the same number, they are still not equal each other. Minus the same number, A greater than B, the minus the same number, A plus C is still greater than B minus C. All right. So they have the same properties, right? Same properties. Something like, let me quick examples. All right. Say 5 equal 5. You plus 3. So plus 3 equal 8. Right? Both sides still equals. Right? It's both sides minus 3. The left side equal 2. Right side also equal 2. They still equal each other. This earlier we talked about a lot. Okay, so we'll give another example here. Say 5 greater than 3. But both sides minus 2. The left side equal 3. Right side equal 1. It's still greater than. So both sides minus the same number. These kinds of equation, inequality still makes sense. Right? Both sides plus 2. So this one became 7. This side became 5. So left side still greater than right side. The same for the other equality. So when both sides plus a number or minus number, they didn't change this inequality. All right, it changed, this signal doesn't change. All right, so this is the first part, properties. First property. Both sides plus a number, plus side plus a minus and same number, they don't change. All right, let's see some more examples. Firstly, let's see the how to graph inequality. All right, graphing equality. Right, let's see this one. So n less than or equal -5. So when we derive in graphing, actually we try to graphing on a one straight line, and each line have their initial, right? This is origin. It's origin. They have a unit, and the right part go to the positive infinity. Left part go to the negative infinity. So left is smaller, right part is bigger, right? We graph like this way. The right part actually go in positive infinity, and the left part goes to negative infinity, and beginning with the origin. So they have a different unit, just like your rules, right? Rules. So when you graphing this one, when we say n less than and or equal -5. So we find -5 first. We find -5 is right here, right? Less than means they are left part. Less than means they are left part. They are including, so less than or equals, so means including this point. Including this point. So make this point become dark. If they are not including, if you say n less than -5, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. We find -5 here. And less than, we do like this. This means including, we make it dark, means include this point. So make it dark. If they are not including, we make it empty. Right? Make it empty. So this area, not including this point, this area, including this point. All right? I think it's duplicated here. This is just duplicated, and less than, oh no, sorry. And less than equal 5. All right, so you can see here. First we find 5. And less than is means they are left part, right? Right now, like also in less than and equal, we make this dark, make this filled. Let's say include, sometimes I'll say filled, right? Make it filled. 5 is here, and it's this part. So any number in this area, in this field, including this one, can make this equation reasonable. All right. Let's see number 3. How to graph in this part. And less than 1. With first we find 1, right? 1 is right here. Less than means they are left part, not including, so not filled. This, right, like this. So actually it's this area, not including. All right. See number 4. Greater than 2. So it means there are 2. Find 2 first. Greater means they are right part, and not including this dot, right? So the area will be right here. So when you're graphing here, it means r greater than 2. So give any number between inside here can make it reasonable. Something like you pick any number 5 greater than 2, right? You check it. Pick any number 0 inside here, this area less than 1, right? So it makes sense. All right. See number 5. A greater than 5. First find 5. Greater means right part, because the right part became bigger, right? So it's this area. There's no equal, so means this not filled. 6. R less than equal -2. We find -2 first. So less than means they are left part. Left part is making less. So when you keep this in mind, the right part is positive infinity, left part is negative infinity. So here is smaller, became bigger, right? Small became bigger. So go this way. So R less than and equal. So it means this part need to be filled. So when you're graphing this part, you can easily find out which area actually can make. If we didn't do anything about say A not equal B, right? So we didn't graphing this one yet, but we here equal greater or greater equal, less or less than equal. These 4 different cases. Not equal means take that whole out, not filled. Something like say x not equal to. How we do this one? We say take this out, make this unfilled. So the rest would be make sense. Right? Both right, left, right, all can, but except this one, we do like this way. All right. So let me graph it here. So this is negative infinity, yeah, positive infinity. Here is 0 origin. So we need to join it out. So it's not equal to, we find 2 first. So they can be left, they can be right, except this part. Right? Right. That's it. That's it. So graphing this one is whatever when you do it, when you do graphing, you can do it like this way. All right. So for just like saying, when you graphing, you just need to use Excel. Just keep in mind the left part is small and the right part is bigger. So in equality part, just like I say, we have in equality have many different kinds of stations. First is not equal. It can be great or greater equal, less or less equal. So if the A not equal B, when they both sides pass the same number, they're still not equal each other. When A equal B, both sides pass the same number, they are still equal each other. But they are both sides in equality, they have the same property, right? Minus, 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 minus. They still make sense. It still makes sense. Right? So let's call additional property of the inequality here. They just do exactly the same. What are we talking about? Okay. We will use this part for get the solutions. All right. All right. Let's see second property. This first property, the plus minus the same number, both sides, this kinds of inequality or equality is still makes sense. All right. Let's see second one. When we do say 5 equal 5, both sides times the same number, the number is not equal 0. Okay. Something like say we give any number. So say 2. So both sides times 2. They still make sense, right? So it means A and B, if they are equal each other, the sum number C, this C not equal 0, they always equal each other. Still left part, right part still equal to each other, right? Right? If they are negative 2, see 5 times negative 2, here equal negative 10, the right part, it still makes sense, right? This makes sense. All right. But in what about this situation? Something like A greater than B. Something like 5 greater than 3. Right? This makes sense. Well, they both sides times 2. Both sides times 2. This is equal 10. This is equal 6. This one equation doesn't change, right? Because the left part is 10, right? The right part is 6. It's still greater. So you can see this one, if they time negative 2, here became negative 10, negative 10, negative 10 still makes sense. But what about this one? Be careful, everyone here. We know 5 greater than 3, right? Right now, both sides times negative 12 times When I both sides times -2, -2, what do you find? Here is -10, here is -6, right? -10, -6, which one is bigger? -6, right? This alligator mouse changing. What? What are you guys talking about? What's going on? So you can see when I time positive numbers, their alligator mouse was not changing. Alligator mouse was not changing. When I time negative numbers, the alligator mouse changing. Careful, super careful, everyone. All right. So A greater than B. When C greater than 0, A times C. If you time a positive number, this alligator mouse was not changing. This alligator mouse was not changing. All right, this C should be positive number. When C is a negative number, when C is a negative number, this alligator mouse is changing. This alligator mouse is changed to opposite. Opposite. All right, when this one was C is a negative number, alligator mouse changing. All right, be careful this one. It's super critical for our new topic here. All right, let's see some examples. See this one. Let me get this part off before you. All right, can you guys do this one? All right, before we do this one, let's do equation first. You guys know equation better than what I do. So can you guys take this one? 7x plus 7 equal x minus 11. Can you guys take your notebook, do this one first? And then do this part. All right, let's do left part first. Let's do left part first. What you guys try to do it most time. Both sides minus x first, right? Move x in the front, all to the left. Both sides minus 7. So make this became 0. Make this became 0. So the left part it became x. The right part became -18. That's your solution, right? When you go to equations, when you do the equations, you do like this progress, right? When you do these equations, you can do this progress. Say 2x minus go to x. So here is 0. The right part is -18. You find x equal -18, right? All right. So let's do right part. Right part. Both sides plus the same number or minus the same number. See, minus the same number. This alligator mouse not changing, right? Alligator mouse to the right. Both sides minus x. This is plus minus doesn't change here, right? Minus doesn't change here. So what about left part left behind? Here became 0, here became 0. So the left behind is x, right? 2x minus x equal x. This alligator mouse not changing because the plus minus the same number, it doesn't change. Do you see what's the difference? Looks like no difference. When we do the inequality, exactly do the same as the equality progress. The earlier is equation, we just keep there as it is. The alligator mouse still they didn't changing. Just do it as just like the equation progress, right? Right. All right. So I can pull this back. I can move this back. Okay, so you can see here. You can see here. Right? The progress is exactly the same. Exactly the same. Oh man. Let me go backward. Right? Okay. All right. So exactly the same progress. All right, let's see next one. Let's see this one. I still do hide this part first. Okay, so can you guys do this equation first? Can you guys take your notebook out, do this equation? After that, you do this equation. All right, left and right. Write your answer on the board if you finished, okay? Can you guys write answer on the board after you finished? All right, let's see this left part. So both sides -7, right? Both sides plus or minus the same number. It doesn't change this equality, right? So what are left behind? So -4x, this one became 0, right? So equal -16. So both sides divide -4. So x equals what? Equals 4. Right? Right. All right, let's see right part. So we do the same progress. Both sides -7. So still use the property of here, right? So it doesn't change. The alligator mouse doesn't change. 4x greater or equal than -16. All right. Second, right now we needed to divide -4. Actually, this is time a negative number or divide a negative number, right? So this alligator mouse need to change in, right? Like here. You can see here, alligator mouse became less than or equal to. Change the direction. So the left part equal x, less than equal 4. So when you do graphing, here is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 here. All right, so it's still left part less than here. They are including this dot, make this is filled, right? So here is 4. So you can check it, pick a number inside. Pick a number inside, including 0. Let's put a 0, check this one, if they make sense or not, all right? So when we put a 0 here, this part became 0. 4 times 0 equals 0, plus 7, right? The left part equals 7. The right part is -9. Is -9 greater or equal than -9? 7 greater or equal to -9? Yes, makes sense. So this is reasonable, right? So we be careful about this one. We need to change alligator mouth right here. Right here. All right. So do you guys need to take a break? No, I will move on. All right, let's move on here. So be clear for you guys, right? So equation and equality, they have a lot of similarities. They are some similar to each other. Only difference is when you do when A equal B, they both sides plus a number, they are still the same. When time number in equation, doesn't matter C is positive or negative, only thing is X cannot equal 0. They don't changing, right? When do unequal, they both sides, they can plus the same number and minus the same number, they are still the same. But when this one, we need to break it into 2. When is a positive number, they're still the same. When the C is a negative number, This one need to change direction, change it to the opposite one. When they greater or equal, you need to change to less than equal. When they less than equal, you need to change greater or equal, change their opposite. All right. Okay. When they greater, you need to change to less. When they less, you need to change greater. Right? Just change their opposite. Right. So that's the basic thing. So this is just basic on this one. In equality part, the most important thing you need to remember is this part. When they time a positive number, they are not changing the alligator mouth. When they are time a negative number need to change alligator mouth. Same to divide, right? To divide, when I divide a positive number, the alligator mouth was not changing. When they divide a negative number, same, the alligator mouth need changing. All right. It's time in the, all right. Okay, so let's see some more examples. Try to make our more familiar. So one step. Okay, let's see this one. So like this one. First, what do we need to do? Both sides plus 7, right? We make the x like this one. So both sides plus 7, like first one, all right? Negative 12 greater than x minus 7. Let me rewrite it here. All right. So both sides plus 7. Both sides plus 7. So here became 0, right? So here became negative 5 greater than x. This one, when we can rewrite it like this, right? Say x, here say negative 5 greater than x. Actually, when we rewrite it, say x less than negative 5, right? They are the same. This description is the same, right? X negative 5 greater than x. Say x less than negative 5. They are the same. So when we do graphing, we find negative 5 first. Negative 5 is right here. We find out x less than negative 5. It's this part. Right. All right. Let's see second one. Negative 1 plus r greater or equal than 4. So both sides plus 1. Okay. Both sides plus 1. Both sides plus 1. So you got a r greater or equal than 5. Right. So we find positive 5 first. Positive 5 is right here. Greater is the right part. They including this one, we make this field. See, so r greater or equal than 5. Is this any number in this area, right? From this to here, can make this equality make sense. All right, let's see number 3. N minus 6 less than negative 14. All right, so both sides plus 6. Plus 6. So we make this become 0. So the left part is n, the right part is negative 8, right? So find negative 8 first. And n less than is this part, including this part. So make it this field. So this is this area. All right, let's see this one. B minus 7 less than negative 12. So what you need to do? Both sides plus 7. Both sides plus 7. So left part is B less than negative 5. All right, so find negative 5 first. Less than is the left part. They didn't equal, so make this unfilled. So it's this area. Right. All right, let's see number 5. A greater, right. A minus 17 greater than negative 16. All right, so what you need to do here is both sides plus 17, right? So here 17 minus 17 here became 0, right? So the left part, left is A, the right part is 1. So A greater than 1, right? So first we define 1 first here. Greater is the right part, right? So we just need this area. That's it. All right, see 6 here. 15 plus x less than or equal 0. So what we need to do here, both sides minus 15, minus 15. So here became 0, right? 15 minus 15 equals 0. Right? The left behind is x, the right 15, x less than 15, less than or equal 15. So we find the negative 15 is right here, right? Less than means the left part, including this, make this field. So it's clear. Right? It's easy. It's easy. Okay, let's see more examples. This is just one step. You can get the solution and graphing it. Okay. All right, let's see two step. So all right, so see this one. So both sides minus 4. Alligator mouse not changing, right? So left behind is 2x greater or equal than 20. All right, so both sides divided 2. Keep this in mind, 2 is positive number. So alligator mouse not changing, right? X greater or equal than 10. 2 step, right? 1 step, 2 step, just 2 step. So x 10, we find 10 first. And greater means y part, including make this field. So if you can check it, you can pick a number, something like say, pick a number. Like inside including what? Including 20, right? 20 is it is inside. Some number right here, 20. So put a 20 inside, check it. So 2 times 20 equal 40. 40 plus 4. Is it greater? Yes, right? So this area is correct. We'll just pick any number inside. We can go back to check it. If this inequality it makes sense or not. So it makes sense. So now it means it's correct. All right, let's see number 2 here. Number 2. First, both sides plus 3, just like the plus 3 number, we make this become 0. This became not 0, right? So the rest behind is what? So m over 3 less than or equal. We just didn't change the alligator mouse, right? Negative 3. Both sides times 3. Both times 3. 3 is a positive number. Alligator mouse not changing. So m less than or equal negative 9. Find negative 9. Left part, less than is left part. And including make this field. Okay, all right. So see number 3 now. Number 3 kind of special, right? First, we divide negative 3. Divide negative 3. Alligator mouse changing. All right. You guys see that? Let me rewrite it. Rewrite it. Okay, less than equal became greater or equal. All right. Change mouse. Make sure you do this one whenever you put this negative number. Divide a negative number. So the left behind is p plus 1, right? Greater or equal than negative 18 divided negative 3 equal positive 6. And both sides minus 1. So right now I didn't change the alligator mouse, right? So p greater or equal than 5. All right. So how we graphing it? 5, we find 5 first. Greater is the right part, including make it field, and this one. All right, so we find a number inside. All right, find number, suppose 10. We find an easy number, something like 0, 10, 20, easy number, so easy to calculate, right? So what about left? Left part is negative 3, 10 plus 1, so equal what? Negative 33, right? What about right part? Right part is negative 18. So if you put a negative 3, negative 18, you can say negative 33 is less than or equal. It's reasonable, right? reasonable. So we pick a 10 out of here. We can make the equation reasonable, means our field is correct. All right, let's see number 4 here. All right, so both sides divide -4, -4. So we change the alligator bound became less. All right, so first step. So what about left behind? -4 plus x, right? What about right part? Right part, -14, right? -40. And both sides +4. So x less than 10. So pick 10. Less than means left part, they are not filled, right? Let's see. So we pick a number inside. You check it, all right? So check it. All right, see number 5. See number 5 here. We'll give a lot of example here. So both sides +2. Both sides +2. So -b greater than 10. Right? Both sides times -1. So you want to time -1. -1 is a negative number. So we need to change alligator mouse to their opposite. So here -b times -1 times -b, so it became b, right? Less than -10. -10 less than not filled. This is not filled, right? So you pick a number, try to check it. You can pick a number, any number. -20. -20. So what about left part? Left part is -22, right? What about right part? 8. Right? I'm sorry, here is greater. B less than -10. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Did you guys make sense? This is not make sense because I do wrong, right? -b actually I could do. We need to do -20 minus 2. So here is +20, right? +20 minus 2 equal 18. Actually, I'm wrong, right? One here is -18. So here is still greater than -18 greater than 8. So makes sense. Here is -8. I'm writing here overcome, just cover the -8, negative in front of the b. Right? So the left part actually is 18. The right part is 8. Reasonable, right? So that's why here when we do change alligator mouth, you need to be careful. All right, let's see 6. Both sides divide -4. Let me copy here, make sure I'm not rewrite. Everyone can see it. Here is greater, right? So both sides divide -4. Divide -4. Is divide -4 is a negative number. So we change alligator to the opposite. Right. So the left behind is 3 and less than 8. Both sides -3. Right. So we first find 5. Right. 5. Where's the 5? 5 less than this part. Right. All right. So you pick any number, 0 inside here, right? You can put 0 first. So left is -4 times 3. So equal -12. Right part is -32. Of course, this makes sense. Right? So 0 is inside here, right? Including here. All right. So today we talk very important about inequality, 1 step and 2 step. Try to make sure you guys, when Inequality time a positive number, the alligator mouth was not changing. When the alligator time positive number, negative numbers, you need to change the alligator mouth to their opposite. Right? All right. So actually the progress is exactly the same as the final solution for the equations. Okay. All right, let's see these multi-steps. See 1 or 2 examples since time is over. All right, let's pick this one and this one. First one and last one. The rest will just save it with your homework. All right, let's see this one. First thing, what do we need to do like this one when we do the equations? Both sides, -6 first, right? -6. Right, so you can got a -4. Because of this part here became 0, 6 minus 6, right? So greater or equal than 116, right? All right, second step, both sides divide -4. Divide -4. Be careful about this one. Otherwise, this one alligator mouth change less than or equal, right? So the left behind is 6 plus 7 less than equal what? This one was what? Equal 2, 9, -29, right? All right, so there's this next step, -7, both sides -7. So since 6 and less than equals 36. And both sides divide 6, right? Divide 6 is a positive number. We don't change the alligator mouth. Right, correct? Divide 6, divide 6. The calculator not changing. So and less than equal -6. That's the solution. So we find -6 less than and equal field. That's this area. So you pick a number, you can try to check it, okay? All right, let's see last example here. Okay, so you first thing you can do some combination first, right? Okay, so move all the x to the left, move all the constant number to the right. So you can +1, first of all, +1, right? +6, +6. All right. +7x, +7x. All right, so we can see make this become 0, make this become 0, and make this become 0. Right? All right, let's see next. So this part it became x, right? -6x plus 7x equal x. We didn't change. We didn't do divide times a negative number right here. So we didn't change the alligator mouth. Okay, so the rest is -11 plus 1 plus 6. Right? So we became -4. Just see, we find the solutions already. So when you're graphing, find -4 first. A greater is right part. They are not equal, so unfilled. So this area. That's all. That's all for today. I think today the most critical is the inequality. When you both sides time a negative number, change alligator mouth. The rest progress is exactly the same as the equality. All right. So, any questions, everyone? Please open your camera. Let me see what you guys have any question. Turn on the camera. Turn on the camera. Let me leave a question to you before you who done correctly can leaving. Okay. Do the number 8. Do the number 8. Write your answer on the right part. And then if you correct, and you can leaving. All right, number 8. Do it and then write it in the right corner. You can write the answers in right this part. All right, when you have the answers, you can leave it. If you correct, I can say you guys can leave it. Okay, I see when someone write on the board, I can see you guys' name there, so I can know which one was still correct or not. Right, go. Playing, go. Still teaching. Go. Right, go. You cannot stay here. Go. Lots of people watching it to you. So first, you need both sides. You need to divide -6. You need to change your alligator mouse, right? Let me keep reminding you here. So both sides divide -6 here, right? So you need to change alligator mouse to the what? To less than or equal, right? So here it became 23, right? So someone do like greater or equal than here, this one possibly wrong already, right? Okay, so change alligator mouse. So first side +7, both side +7, right? So it became 6b greater or equal than 30, right? Or 30 less than equals 6b. What's next? Both sides divided 6, right? This one time you don't need to change alligator mouse. So b here, this alligator mouse still keep less than or equal. So it means b greater or equal than 5. You can write both ways, both works. I would prefer write the invariable in the left part, b greater or equal than 5. But of course, this one is correct. So someone here still forgot to change alligator mouse, right? Sounds good? Did everyone do the same? B greater or equal than 5. All right. Okay, don't forget change alligator mouse, okay? All right, that's all for today. I don't like to leave you guys too long here. I feel someone still in the coding program in the next class. I will send out the homework and the video online a little bit later. So if you guys still have problems, you can contact me, send me a message. I can explain a little bit further. Sounds good? Joy Wu, you are not there. You didn't turn on the camera, right? Are you listening? Amy is there. Amy, I thought you just turned on. Joy, are you there? All right, that's all for today. See you next week. Send out the homework a little bit later. Have a wonderful week. See you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.